Hello, I'm Seamus McGuinness.
And I'm Adele Bergin, and we will be talking about our paper in ARINS. So there's been an increased focus on North-South issues on the island of Ireland in recent times, following the outcome of the Brexit referendum and the issue of possible constitutional change. So the Irish government has established the Shared Island Initiative, which aims to work together to address shared challenges. But we need to be able to identify what these challenges are. In fact, little is known about how Northern Ireland and the Republic actually compare across a number of areas and what might be driving differences between the two jurisdictions. So in our paper, we explore differences in living standards across a wide number of dimensions, including income, opportunities for life progression, and general well-being, so that any differences north and south can be better understood. Overall, though, we find that differences in living standards generally favour the Republic of Ireland.
So in the research, we measure poverty risk as the percentage of individuals living in households that have an income level less than 50% of the national average. After taxes and transfers, poverty risk in the Republic of Ireland was under 9% compared to over 14% in Northern Ireland. This tells us that the tax and welfare system in the Republic of Ireland is more progressive and more effective in moderating poverty risk amongst its citizens. We think that the main reason for this is that there has been a much more consistent approach in the Republic of Ireland, irrespective of which political party has been in power, of ensuring that tax and welfare changes are on the whole progressive and don't adversely affect poorer households. I think that the main takeaway from our research should be that the question of constitutional change is complex and requires a lot of evidence gathering. Our work merely scratches the surface of what is required. I think that there are a number of important lessons to be learned from the Scottish Government's preparations for the 2014 independence referendum there. For instance, in advance of any border poll here, voters will need clear answers to key questions such as how long would a transition period following a border poll ratifying unification last, and what would we expect to happen during that period? What would all island health and education services look like? What are the implications for the Irish public finances arising from unification, if any? And also, what are the policies that would be put in place to help unleash productivity growth in Northern Ireland, which is currently certainly operating below its potential?
One aspect that I was surprised by in our research was the significant differences in education enrolment rates between Northern Ireland and the Republic, with these rates being much higher in the Republic. So in our paper, we examine education enrolment rates across the life cycle, and access to and take-up of high-quality education is the single most important factor determining career success, wage growth, and social progression. So it's a key measure of the opportunity of life progression for individuals. And we find that across all ages, education enrolment rates are lower in Northern Ireland compared to the Republic. So, for example, rates of enrolment for those in their 20s in the Republic are actually almost double that of Northern Ireland, indicating much higher levels of participation in third level education in the Republic.
The repercussions of allowing people to vote without proper preparations, where politicians on either side are free to make unsubstantiated claims, have been felt by everyone impacted by Brexit, particularly on the island of Ireland. A number of important key takeaways for policymakers from this research, and indeed any study related to future constitutional change, are: firstly, we cannot predict when a border poll will happen, and it is also clear under the terms of the Good Friday Agreement, to which both governments are signatories, that it will be decided on a simple majority basis. In that context, it is important that we begin to make serious preparations to allow for the possibility of constitutional change so that we can avoid the worst mistakes of Brexit. Brexit is a lesson for policymakers of the social, economic and political damage that will follow when major referendums are held in the absence of proper evidence and planning. So thank you very much for giving us your attention, and we really hope that you enjoy reading the paper.